Om Shanti. In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love. God's love, the basis of this elevated Brahmin birth. God's love is the basis of this elevated Brahmin birth. It is said, where there is love, there is the world, there is life. Where there is no love, the heart is lifeless and without a place or world. Having found love, you have found the world. The world is thirsty for one drop of love. Whereas you, children, God's love is your property. You are being sustained with God's love. That is, you are progressing in your Brahmin life. So remain constantly immersed in the ocean of love. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 12. In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love. Today's topic, God's love, the basis of this elevated Brahmin birth. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. God's love is the power. Soul's love could also be power, but not for a long time. Very short time. But Baba's love is unconditional and is eternal. It will never happen that Baba doesn't love us, whether we feel it or not, whether we experience or not. But Baba has love for every child. So God's love is different, is very special. Lot of people look at Baba's children's renunciation, sacrifice, dedication, commitment, right? And it's because of God's love, right? No, people have lot of ashrams, lot of gurus, followers. They also live pure life. They have commitment to. But why people come here and they feel good vibrations, and even they say it's very peaceful, but it's because of God's love. So as it is said, the basis of our life is God's love. And we all, everyone is Baba's child, Brahmins, and Brahmins are mouth-born progeny of Brahma Baba. And many of us are lucky that we are directly born through the mouth of Brahma Baba. There are a lot of Lokik Brahmins, right? But we all are Lokik Brahmins. Always remember we are mouth-born progeny of Brahma Baba. So that love relationship is there. So Baba is saying God's love, the basis of this elevated Brahmin birth. God's love is the basis of this elevated Brahmin birth. It is said, where there is love, there is the world and there is life. Where there is no love, the heart is lifeless. And without a place in the world, so interesting that there are a lot of people they're not happy because they don't feel love. A child without parents, if they don't feel love, any relationship, when there is no love, there is no life, right? So Baba is saying that having found, so think of your fortune. You having found love, you have found the world, different world, right? When we come to Baba, how different we start becoming from the world. Everyone's surprised. What happened? What happened? Because our world was changing. You have found the world. The world is thirsty for one drop of love, whereas for you children, God's love is your property. You are being sustained with God's love. That is, you are progressing in your Brahmin life. So remain constantly merged in the ocean of love. So I think that's the last stage, merge in God's love. We have love for Baba, but we are not merged. That is why our intellect goes so many different places. Let's use God's love, the power of God's love, for self-transformation and others also to help to transform. It's very important. Okay. Oh,
Om Shanti.
hello, brother Nevat.
Good
Om
morning.
Shanti.
Good morning, Didi. This is an amazing adventure for me. It was a wonderful invitation. Thank you. I've congratulate the Avyakti team. It's a very rich program, and I guess I'd love to ask you.
Have you been connected with a Vyakti Parivar?
Not much. No, no. This is this live program is between midnight and 1:30 in the morning for me.
Yeah, but then it's in the YouTube.
Yes, it's in the YouTube. Mm.
It's in from Dadi Janki's 12th day, almost 5 years now. We started this. Just thinking about Dadi used to like chit chat, let's start, but it became like a program.
Yes, I see. It's very well attended. The I was very happy to hear you say towards the end of your comments that we don't yet have that stage of being merged constantly in God's love, but that's what we're working towards. When we had Sunday's Murli, Avyak Murli here, a couple of the members of the class said that they found it a bit overwhelming. You know, when Avyak Baba was saying to constantly be full of the powers, full of the virtues, full of knowledge, they felt as if this was like such a high goal that they couldn't relate to it. And so this question of the Avyak Mul is sometimes you feel as if just a couple of sentences, and if you could do that, you would have done everything. Whereas Sakar Baba nourishes us with by coming at this from all sorts of different angles. And for some while, to begin with, when I started my journey, I couldn't understand the Sakar Mulis. I could only understand the Avyak Mulis. And then I went through a phase where I only wanted to really take from the Sakar Mulis because they were what were gradually grinding soul consciousness and God consciousness into me. And without that shift in understanding, what Avyet Baba says just seems like an ideal, not a reality. So I'm happy that there is this balance of 6 days of Sakar and one of Avyet. But your Avyet Parivar is very much taking us into the subtle while also being practical, and very interesting to see that. But Didi, a question I would like to ask is, how do you maintain your self-respect when faced with the fact that these challenges that come, we're not always equipped to cope with them in the ideal way that Avyet Baba is urging us to do? So, for
Yeah.
example, like sometimes, even though I don't have anything like the responsibilities you do, but yet I might feel responsible for something. And if others are not understanding, then there's a frustration that can come. Do you feel that sometimes, that you feel that you want the children to do something, but they're not understanding? And do you feel a frustration sometimes? And if so, how do you deal with that?
So you have two questions here. First, I would want to say that when we listen to Avyekt Murli and feel that it's a very high stage, but if we really think that that's what we are, in the sense of my eternal self, these are the qualities and powers of my eternal self. So that's what I am. So why should there be difficulty to become what I am? I feel that one can really enjoy making efforts, in the sense of that, yes, I have peace, I want to be full of peace so that I could be peaceful. So I accumulate that nature, every day gets better and better. I'm more peaceful, more. So I think that, to think that it's a very high stage or high goal, and but other is to go in and see, but this is what I am, eternally my nature. Yeah, I don't think I have this thing of getting frustrated, because one thing is, expectations from others, expectation from the self. One is expectation, other is the feeling and the vision towards my own self. Like I remember that one brother from Australia once was asking me that, why Daddy point out finger towards me? So I said, because you are the right candidate. It's not she looking at your weakness, but she feels that you can be very special, you can do more. So I think that self-respect comes from how Baba looks at me, not how others look at me or what I think of my own self. I just sparkle instantly within a second how much Baba loves me, how much Baba is giving us. What do I inherit from Baba? I really kind of practically sparkle. And then that self-respect, Baba is respecting us. When Baba says, you are the highest one, you are the richest one. And it's true, because practically also, if we look at our lives, so pure and so innocent, but on other side, very knowledgeful. Richest in the sense of sustainability of our service places everywhere, from where we started. When I look at New York, we were in one bedroom apartment. And now we have not only peacefully, there are about 45 centers in USA, including mostly Baba's properties. In Manhattan, we have Manhattan Center, we have UN office, we have apartment for sisters. So it's Baba. So there is self-respect, but then also it's true too, in the sense of holiest, highest, richest. Practically, if we see, because even if there are big companies or good relationship, they don't last for long. And here we are, for year after year, year after year. There is expansion, there is more and more resources, whether human or otherwise. So I always see that how much is happening, how much we are able to do. So we have to maintain not only self-respect, but no expectation, just have vision Baba has created, what we have to do it. And because I know tiredness and frustration basically is from expectations.
Thank you.
I don't know if I am right.
Yes, that's a very pernicious one. The Baba sometimes speaks of how we're here to serve the whole of the world, all souls of the world, and at other times he says, in the Sakamulis especially, he'll sometimes say, "You don't have to be concerned about the other religions. You have to build your own parivar, your own strength." I'd be grateful for a bit of guidance about the way between those two, because I think perhaps because of not being a part of not having an Indian background, having come into Gyan more than 40 years ago here in England, I'm very aware of how so many of the English people are in need, not just English, of course, but all across the world. People who haven't met Baba, but who may not be going to be a part of this family. They may belong to the Christian branch or the Islamic branch or Buddhist or whatever, but they need some sustenance too. And I know that I've been slow to realize, but I do now know that there's no point in thinking about serving others without taking that power into yourself first. That's so important. But still, there's this feeling that like Baba refers to the cries of the people who are feeling so empty and so lost. What's the way forward for helping the wider human family?
Yeah, I think that the way we have adopted our identity in a physical way, and then of course there are lot of things we see and we call it Indian way, Indian culture, Indian. But if we look at in soul consciousness, so I think that you don't see much difference. Like for me, I have in United States kept all the Americans in front because I feel it's their country. One day they might have to be more responsible. So we have Eric in Harmony House, we have Dorothy Van in Peace Village, or Elizabeth in San Francisco and Bhuti, and like this, there are many. And see, they are very, very comfortable to play that role. Not only play that role, but use the knowledge and follow Srimad, but also they will consult me for everything, even if I say, but you all can manage, you all can do it. But they see that the knowledge creates some kind of wisdom. And if that wisdom can be used, there will be more success for everything. And then there is some kind of, it could be cultural or something, use of resources. Now, everyone had different reasoning where the resources should be, how it should be. We don't go by what our culture says, but what Ramesh Bhai taught us about budgeting, or some of the things I learned from my grandfather. So I think there are certain ways they are done in a particular way, but they're not they're not religious based, they're not cultural based, but they are based on knowledge, they are based on understanding. Like now there is whole thing of green movement, environmental, and we have so many things in the tradition which I learned from young age about respecting nature. And it's very, very much deep in my sanskars of respecting nature, not waste anything, but also, wherever I have chance, I will water the plants or do something, or even food. So I think that there are a lot of things which were there and which were universal, but then some cultures adopted more, and now it is becoming universal. A lot of things are becoming universal, like some of the food, you know, uh, they sell so expensive in USA, and for us here, India is a very common. It's not expensive. So I think that there were certain universal things which some cultures adopted more, some less. But then now they're becoming universal. I'm seeing a lot of things are becoming universal. There was a time we thought, we used to hear in India about families, and now I find there is so much gathering, family get-togethers, and because everyone enjoys family. So it's not only Indians love family and Britain, they don't love family, but their social systems were created in such a way, some or other, they become more individuals than being together in family. But there is love for family, like everyone would love to be in family. So I'm just saying that if we come out of this ID, physical ID of which culture, which country, how it is, and look at some of the universal basic values and nurture ourselves based on that, I think it will keep everyone very full. Not only full, but contemplate, enjoy, experience, and right. So no emptiness, but there is more and more fullness. That's what I feel, and I love every culture, every language, every religion, because I am seeing that how what they have taken, what others. But if you put as a whole, it's just common. It's very universal.
There is a hunger for love, definitely, and there's something about India that has held on to love, even in difficult circumstances. Charlie had a beautiful story about when he was staying at a hotel in southern India, and he came out each morning, and the girl was saying, 1 rupee, 1 rupee, a little girl. And he gave her a rupee. She seemed very sweet. And every day she came, and then it turned into 2 rupees, 2 rupees. And he gave her 2 rupees. And at the end of a week like this, where he'd exchanged with her, just trusting her, not having that feeling that she was manipulated by some evil person, which, we know can also happen, but he trusted his judgment. And at the end of the week, she was there with her mother, and they wanted to invite him back to tea to come and meet the family. And they were living in a slum. They were living in one of those lean-tos, they just a kind of complete slum, but they were a family. And they were rich because they had no money, but they had love between them. And this is something that is so beautiful about Baba's family, but I still feel as if there are barriers between Baba's family and the wider world, which I'd like to see us break down so that people feel the love from Baba and from Baba's children and don't feel that we're something separate from them.
I think that when we come to Madhuban in our Double Foreigners team in October, they will come. And I find that the love and respect and hospitality, appreciation of foreigners is so much that, even when you are about to come, they start planning. And recently you must have seen that vegan, gluten-free, and variety of teas. And when I asked them who created, why you all are doing so much tea, coffee, this tea, another tea. So I think that embracing everyone as a big one family is what the knowledge and Baba's children, their heart, this is what I noticed, that it's a kind of very universal, it's very, they don't see anyone from any religion or any culture or any different country. It's like feeling that we are just one family. It's very, very important. So I think from there, I know that when many double foreigners come and they get sick here, and we try to find out when people have gone, what is the reason? Is it water? Is it food? Is it air? Is it what is there that they couldn't take it? And we try to kind of start making arrangements and advising them that what they should bring with them, what that should be there, and whatever best could be, so that everyone remains healthy, happy, and enjoy their 2 weeks of stay in Madhuban. So if you look at heart, if you look at what is going on in background, there will be so much full of love, full of love. And I think that's when everyone must be experiencing that how much love is there, hospitality, not externally, but it's from the heart.
And the more we charge up ourselves, the more we can be like that with the wider family and the world around us. Yes, thank you,
And
Didi.
it's not, we are not, we, all religions, whole world is being served, whether it is through our vibrations or whatever different ways are taken to serve. I think that's the whole internally. Baba says you have to give message to the whole world. And sometimes like the words Baba says, you shouldn't have love for your, physical, in the sense of lockic and physical. But actually on other side, when Baba said love one and love all, everyone, maybe in the beginning we didn't understand. And of course some uh, didn't stay with family or separated, all that. But actually the teachings say, and like for me, when I came in Gyan, some lokics were there, but they all didn't continue. I continued. But the way I kept relationship, that gradually everyone start becoming very spiritual and part of it. So again, our understanding to apply it, and so love for lokics, whether love for everyone, the nature and whole universe, and also people, is really there, because that's what Brahma Baba was about. He loves birds, he loved plants, he loved flowers, he loved fruits. If we see his style of love, and there were many Buddhists came, I took few ambassadors brought here, and Baba was so much sitting, chatting with them. So I think if we understand the core not go into the words, but if we look at the core of the knowledge is really love for everyone, universal love.
Thank you, Didi. Lovely, lovely treat to be with you this morning here. It's your evening.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too because I didn't know if you are connected, but Mora had been kind of saying, bring new people, let them ask you. So it's Mora who is coordinating for us. So it's pleasure to have you, and we will be happy to have you whenever you have time.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, brother.